One of the best things about YouTube is that it has extensive analytics that allows you to measure the level of engagement of your videos. These can be broken down to channel analytics and video analytics. And the way we access these analytics is on our channel. We can go up here to either Video Manager, or Subscribers, or Views. And if I hit View, for instance, we come to an overview. And the overview is going to give us an idea of what's happening at a glance. And we can look in various increments of time. So for instance, in the last 30 days, I can see that my performance, there's 16,000 plus views and 56,000 minutes on this channel. We're looking at the channel now. And it also shows us over here the earnings that we've had. And we can also look at the number of likes and dislikes and comments that we've gotten in the last month and what are the most widely viewed videos as well. We can also look in other increments as well. If I want to look over the last year, I can see that obviously the numbers are a lot bigger, but we can see the engagement, we can see the top 10 videos, we can see the demographics, and if we want to look closer at any of these, for instance, if I had gender, for instance, we can see how, in this case, in this channel, it's 91% male, and that's not uncommon actually in a audio-oriented or a music-oriented channel. That happens frequently. So don't be freaked out if you have an overabundance of male viewers, because this can happen frequently. It also gives us a breakdown of where these views occurred across the world, which is kind of nice. Now, if we wanted, we could dig down a little bit deeper. So for instance, if we go over here and we say playback locations, we can see where these videos were viewed. So in other words, what happens is YouTube watch page, this is someone that did a search and came up with YouTube video of mine in this case, and these are the number of views, of course, over a year. And then, of course, this is on mobile devices, how many people looked on their smartphone, and you can see that's pretty high at 17%. This gives you an idea of how viral the videos on your channel are. So this is important. This means that other people are embedding your videos. Next one, YouTube channel page, and that basically means the number of people that have looked directly at your channel. We can also look a little closer here at the traffic sources. And now we can see, for instance, the number of views, and this is again in the last year, and the estimated minutes that we have. What's interesting, if we look down towards the bottom, we can see, for instance, YouTube suggested a video for someone who was doing a search, for instance, and we can see how long they watched and what the average duration of the view is. Probably what's more important than any of this is the engagement reports. If we go over here to subscribers, for instance, we can see the number of people that are subscribing to a particular video or a particular channel, the number that have been gained, the number have been lost. Also likes and dislikes. Don't worry so much about likes and dislikes. The reason why is compared to the number of subscribers or viewers that you might have, the likes are somewhere in the neighborhood of 1%. But if you don't get a lot of likes, that's not something that you should worry about. The same with favorites or comments. Now, if we wanted to, we could also look at our individual videos as well. And we go up here to Video Manager. And over on the right here, this gives us our view stats just at a glance. So for instance, it tells us the number of views, the number of likes, dislikes, number of comments. And let's go down to something that's been viewed a lot. Well, let's go to Bob Bradshaw, for instance. So if I go and click on View Stats, I can see all the stats. Well, this is for the last 30 days. And again, I can select between 30 days or this year, last 365 days, or lifetime. Let's look at lifetime. The numbers will be more fun. So what will happen here is we can see what the performance is. There's 203,000 views over the lifetime on this particular video. And here's the amount that it's been watched. And as you can see, it didn't earn a whole lot of money, although you can't expect to earn a whole lot of money from your videos, but it did earn something. It also tells us the number of likes that we have, dislikes, comments, shares, favorites, and subscribers that it got. But again, we can get down to demographics, for instance, and we can look over here. And as you can see, as we go from country to country, it will tell us just how many views this particular video received from each country. So in this case, France and Germany get a lot, fair amount. Australia, Brazil, almost 10,000. 45,000 from the States, as you'd expect. 7,000 from Canada. Greenland, only 2. Anyway, you get the idea. You can also look at this differently. You can see it as a line chart or a multi-line chart. And you can also see the individual views here and the number of minutes watched. And what's interesting here is the average view duration. I wouldn't worry about that. Generally speaking, on an average, people watch 50% or less of each video. So if your video comes in more than that, you're usually doing pretty well. And in fact, we can go down a little further here. We can also look at engagement reports just on a particular video as well. So on this one, we can look at the number of subscribers, the likes, the favorites, etc. So make sure to use all the analytics and metrics available, not just the views. Although the views are important, engagement may be a better gauge of the popularity of your channel or your video. Remember that it's the quality of the views, not the quantity, that's important.